Tonight, we're stepping into Woman Down. This isn't a story about romance. It's about survival, and about what happens when desperation puts you in the same room as someone who may know more than you do. The cabin is not a retreat. It's a remote rental tucked deep in the Colorado Rockies, pine trees, snow packed along the porch, no nearby neighbors, no city noise. Inside, the walls are wooden, bare, the air is thin and cold. The kind of place where silence stretches, where every sound feels amplified. Petra Rhodes sits at a small kitchen table that doesn't belong to her. Her laptop glows in the dark. The mountains outside are black shapes against a darker sky. She refreshes her email. Nothing changes. Missed deadlines. An overdue mortgage. A publisher waiting. A contract that demands pages she hasn't written. Her name used to carry weight. Now it carries pity. But career pressure isn't the real reason she's here. The world believes Petra lost everything. Her husband, her child, a tragic accident, closed case, buried grief. But Petra does not believe her daughter is dead. That belief is the quiet engine of everything she does. Petra doesn't want fame. She wants answers. The book isn't just a comeback. It's leverage. An advance large enough to fund a private investigation the authorities have already closed. Officially, she's writing about a disappearance. Unofficially, she's searching for her own child. That's why she hires Nathaniel Saint. He doesn't arrive with tragedy. He arrives with skill. Nathaniel Saint is a local search and rescue specialist, calm, experienced, a man who knows the terrain. Petra approaches him under the guise of research. She tells him she's studying the psychology of missing persons cases. She needs authenticity. Procedures, search patterns, survival timelines. He agrees. Too easily. Too smoothly. He knows these mountains. He knows how people vanish in them. And he agrees to help her reenact the mechanics of disappearance. That's when the tension begins. Is she studying him? Or is he studying her? Petra tells herself she's gathering material. But she's also watching him. How he scans the woods. How he measures distance. How he speaks about those who are never found. She is hunting for inconsistencies. Clues. Anything that confirms what she feels in her bones. That her daughter is still alive. The cabin grows colder at night. Snow builds outside. The world narrows to two people and a shared project built on a lie. Because she hasn't told him the truth. This isn't just research. It's a surge. And he might be closer to it than she realizes. When does pretending become planning? That question hums beneath every conversation. Is this research? Is this manipulation? Who is in control? Why does he seem one step ahead on trails she thought only she was mapping? Nathaniel teaches her about search grids, about how someone could survive longer than expected, about how cases go cold. He speaks carefully, measured, like someone aware he is being observed. And Petra begins to wonder, did she choose him because he was convenient? Or because something in her already suspected him? The hidden life in this story is not a secret identity. It's a forbidden hope. The world has mourned her daughter. Friends moved on. Authorities closed files. But Petra never let go. That belief isolates her. In the cabin, she is a writer researching a book. Inside herself, she is a mother refusing to bury her child. That contrast sharpens everything. Cold mountains outside. a burning certainty inside. Nathaniel becomes both guide and suspect, protector and threat. He helps her track survival routes, explains how someone could hide, explains how someone could take. And slowly, the rehearsals start to feel real. They stage scenarios, walk through disappearances, talk through timelines, and Petra starts to sense something chilling. He isn't just helping her imagine. He's helping her understand. Too precisely. How far will a woman go to reclaim her child? How far will she go when she suspects the man helping her search might know more than he admits? The tension tightens. Small inconsistencies surface. Moments that replay differently in her memory. A look that lingers too long. An answer that arrives too fast. The air in the cabin feels thinner. The silence heavier. And then comes the realization. A shift. Not quiet. Not abstract. But sharp. A truth that rearranges every prior conversation. A moment where rehearsal stops being theoretical and becomes immediate. Because this story does not end in quiet reflection. It erupts. The mountains that felt isolated now feel like a trap. The staged scenarios turn into something physical, real. A fight not for narrative control, but for survival. The woman who came here pretending to research disappearance finds herself facing it head-on. The search becomes a confrontation. The rehearsal becomes resistance. And in that high-stakes moment, there is no manuscript, no contract, no career to save. Only a mother refusing to lose twice. When it's over, the silence returns. But it's not the same silence. The cabin stands. The mountains remain. But Petra Rhodes is not the same woman who arrived. Because the cost of chasing truth in the dark is never theoretical. It is physical. It is terrifying. It leaves marks. And as the screen of her laptop flickers back to life, pages waiting to be written, one question lingers. Was this ever just a book? Or was it always a trap she walked into knowingly? In Woman Down, the performance of truth becomes a weapon. And desperation becomes the most dangerous motive of all.